Hey guys, Fuzzy here, and in today's video I wanted to try making the puppet, aka the marionette from Five Nights at Freddy's 2. This project was a little hard for me to make because it was a little different from the usual figures I make. The scale I was working at made it a little difficult, but I only made it small because I didn't want the box to be huge. I'll also be answering a few questions in the video, so stay tuned for that. For the body, I wanted it to have a point of articulation at the middle of the waist, so at the top of the torso I made a little loop. Then I filled the top half of the ball and left the bottom half open so I can connect the legs. When connecting the legs, I make sure not to flatten the loop too much so the limbs can be loose and floppy. Since the legs are thicker at the top and go down into a point, I bulked it up by folding a pipe cleaner into a few layers and wrapped it around the leg. I usually like to bulk the parts up this way because continuously wrapping it with a few pipe cleaners is too messy and takes up too many pipe cleaners. After attaching the first half of the legs, I can fill in the bottom of the torso. It's a little dark to see, but basically I'm weaving a pipe cleaner between each of the 4 parts that form the skeleton of the ball. When that's all done, I can continue with the other half of the legs. I wanted the rings around the legs to be secure, so instead of cutting pipe cleaners into smaller pieces and wrapping each around the leg, I just wanted to wrap one pipe cleaner around the leg, leaving gaps in between. Then I trimmed the fuzz off to make a sharper point. The upper body is similar to the bottom, just a little longer, and when the skeleton is done I can only fill in the middle, so I can attach the arms, neck, and head. So the first question is about me selling my figures. I get a lot of comments asking if I sell my projects, and sadly I only sell Lego figures, and that's only sometimes. Lego figures are the easiest to replicate, and they do already take a lot of time, so that's why I don't do them that often. When attaching the fingers, instead of cutting the extra pipe cleaner, I use it to wrap the finger from the bottom. Then when the fingers are done, I also trim those too. For the neck I wanted it to be like a ball and socket kind of thing, but then I realized it wasn't going to work, so I had to take it apart. That's why the pipe cleaner and the clip look so mangled. So when I remade the neck, I replaced the ball on top of the loop instead. After double wrapping the neck, I could finally seal up the top part of the torso. Also, the footage of me filling in the top part was before I remade the neck, so that's why there's still a ball there. Then I left a space at the bottom so I could fasten the buttons into the torso from the inside. The buttons are just little swirls with the stem, so I could attach them to anything. After all the buttons are pushed in, I can finally fill in the whole torso. Then back to the neck, I can start forming the head. When I'm done making the skeleton of the head, I plan to attach the mask to the front, so I'm only going to fill it in until there's a little opening in the back. Onto the mask, first I make the outline and then mold it into the shape of the mask. For the mouth there is going to be an opening, so I connected another outline, the shape of the mouth, to the mask. Then after covering the whole mask, I can add on little details. Making the eyes wasn't that easy though. It was too hard to mold the shape of the eye with a separate pipe cleaner because of how small the mask was. So then I just had to mold the eyes from the mask. When the mask is finally attached, I could fill in the back of the head. Now it's time to make the box. For the box I want it to be not that big, but still able to fit the puppet, just barely, so I bunched the figure up into a little ball and try to estimate the size. At first I made the box too big, but I downsized it midway through making it. First I make the bottom panel of the box, and then I make one side, and then I attach the two sides onto that one side, and then at the end, I attach one pipe cleaner in the middle, attaching the other two sides. If that makes any sense. I'm not sure how to explain it that well, but in the video you should be able to see the order I go in. I also fold the pipe cleaners over each other to get the size down, so every side could be the same size. And the first panel I fill in will be the bottom, because all the sides you'll see are going to be filled in differently. The side panels will have two pipe cleaners dividing it into 3 sections. The middle section will be where the purple ribbon goes. Then my first idea for the box wasn't going to have the two flaps that open, but I wanted to try to make it accurate at first, so I just tried that. When the lid pieces were done, I made a little chain to act as a string to pull the puppet out of the box. Then when I attached the string to the puppet in the box, it was time to test it. When I pulled the puppet out of the box, it didn't look that right, and it got caught onto the flaps of the lid. So then I decided to go with my first idea, which was having the lid be one piece and attaching the string to the inside of the lid. Since I was running low on that shade of purple, I just attached the two lid pieces together. And now after fixing the lid up, I can now test it again. And as you know, it was successful. Then I decided to add two more strings to attach to the arms to make it pose when it came out of the box. And finally, the puppet is done. Here's it coming out of the box. I can control the arms a little slightly, like tilting the lid part. And as you can see, I'm having a little too much fun with it. Anyways, just leave any questions you have in the comments, and I might answer it in my next video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.